Woo, baby, a triple. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is John, and today I wanted to talk about a couple theories that were just kind of ogling in my mind, and hopefully you guys can either indulge them with me, disagree with me, or at least see if there's a level of truth to what my theories could be. The time of making this video is July 18th. In 2 days we are going to be having something called TennoCon, which inevitably is when Digital Extremes gets up, does a live stream and a live event where all Warframe fans and Digital Extreme, whatever they do, it's like TwitchCon but for Warframe. A lot of cool cosplays happen, but I think this year we might be getting an announcement about Warframe 1999. I'm hoping I'm not saying any of this information wrong. If I am, I apologize. But I wanted to talk about, I guess, the rise of gaming looter shooters right now. I think this is a very interesting time frame in the timeline that we live in, because right now we have a brand new looter shooter that could possibly in the future rival Warframe, and has the potential to do so as long as the company Nexon doesn't absolutely shit-can the first Descendant. And the first Descendant has, in my opinion, been taking the internet by storm, with my Twitter and Reddit feeds popping up with them constantly, with new alerts, new comments, and having hundreds of thousands of players, and I think they hit 3 million players, like not consecutively, but officially 3 million players, with having a launch day that was about 2-3 weeks ago. Very big accomplishments, and I think the fact that it's a hot topic everyone's been talking about is definitely benefiting Nexon. Keep up the good work, guys. A big thing that I wanted to talk about is my theory on Warframe and the future of Warframe with big companies, and maybe seeing what Bungie might do with Destiny 2 or any new looter shooter games. I know we might be looking at a looter shooter extractor division free-to-play Rust kind of combination, where it's kind of moving a little bit like Escape from Tarkov, but the same loot system as the Division 2. Pretty interesting what might be happening in the future of gaming, but I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. A big thing that I wanted to talk about is, where is Digital Extreme gonna take Warframe if the first Descendant really kicks it up a notch? As we know, the start for first Descendant is pretty rocky, a lot of mixed reviews on it, and we really can't tell what direction it's going to be going in. With them releasing new content in August, with the new character Luna coming out, I think we're going to be able to see what's happening more further down the line. But I want to know what Warframe plans on doing with the information of the first Descendants still kind of pushing to, you know, work on their game. If, from what we can tell, is true, TennoCon is going to be releasing new information about their plans for Warframe, and I really hope that the information that we get is something that is going to stick. I'm not trying to diss on Digital Extremes at all, and I'm not trying to have any hate towards any company. This is just my personal opinion. And it's gonna go as follows. I think that whenever it comes to DLCs for Warframe, they're all pretty cut and dry. You get a little bit, we'll sometimes get a banger cinematic with a banger storyline, but then the gameplay goes back to the exact same game loop. You know, do this mission, farm this boss, open this relic, get this item, sell for this plat, upgrade this Riven, use the Riven disposition, don't build for damage, build for crit, you know, a bunch of different, it's the same grind set no matter what we do. You could go through and do a bunch of different modes, but it's the same grind set regardless. I think with the first Descendant dropping, and the first Descendant basically being able to surpass Warframe, I think it'll be a lot more interesting to see what permanent content that they release for everybody. Not just something like, not just the same cut and dry, new prime every so often, you know, new character, whatever. I wonder if they're actually gonna step in and add a bunch of new things, like a new version of a Lich Farm. I had a theory, and I think my theory is, if Warframe 1999 doesn't do too well, and it's not really liked as much, if it depends on what Warframe 1999 is. If it's a completely brand new adaptation of Warframe, that could go rocky. But what I think would be an idea, and everyone might know, I'm not extremely educated in all of this, I'm getting back into my gaming news sets, I'm still opening up my platforms again. I think what would be really cool is if it was more of like our Prime versions turn into these like actual characters. Like, we now know that Warframes are infested and they have human remnants, kind of, in a weird way. I don't know if that's right, but I feel like that's kind of on the mark. I think it'd be really cool if instead of us getting like the same primes over and over again, I mean, we can still do prime Warframes, but I feel like what would be really, really cool is if we get those Warframes in human form, or like human Warframe adaptation, like what we see with Arthur in the character in Warframe 1999. And now, I didn't really want to make anything like super long, I didn't want to make anything like super crazy about it, but I think my theory would be, if Warframe 1999 doesn't do well, we get human adaptations of the Warframes that we have, and maybe some human adaptations of the guns that we have. So that way we have a new thing to grind for, and you could make them in a completely different area, and have like new, obviously new storylines, like something similar to Deviri's, what my friend recommended, friend kind of said, but I kind of wanted to put this out there to see what theories everyone else had with. I know I've mentioned the first Descendant a couple times on the channel, and I kind of wanted to merge everything together. I actually wasn't going to make anything about this, but I thought that it would be nice to bring something up, because I was about to hit the shower and then go start farming for more of my OG frames to catch up on the storyline and everything. But I realized I never really made anything talking about what we think the Tenocon theories in the future for Warframe, with maybe possibly a new huge competitor that could compete with it. What new content do you think that they're going to add? Or what new items do you think are going to be implemented to try to keep players more invested? I feel like Warframe could kind of stick with the same plot points, kinda, where they didn't have to worry too much about releasing brand new content with like putting their heart and soul in everything that they made, because they were like, there's not a lot of games that can compete with us. Warframe's Warframe, boom, you know, new prime, new Warframe, cool new open world area, dope. You know, release that, everyone was pretty content with it. You farm it once whenever it drops. Nora disappears, you wait until she comes back, new seasonal content, you know, maybe get a new story mission, dope. I think maybe now, with maybe some new competitors or some new information that we have seen and heard about, we might get some new content. And maybe something like socks knocking off, like now we're gonna get nothing but bangers and bangers and bangers. But that's just my theory, I don't really know. I'm actually pretty excited to see what's gonna happen. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the rest of my content. I stream twitch.tv/JohnTheYapper. Come check us out, we have an interesting time, I'd like to say. And don't forget to support the music, on my Instagram and Discord are down in the link of the description below. Have a blessed rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.